Hello students. Today we are going to start the new chapter, that is tissue. We have already studied about the cells in the previous one, and the group of cells performing similar function is called tissue. In this chapter we will learn about the plant and animal tissue. So students, the group of cells performing a specific function are called tissue. These tissues are basically divided into two groups, plant tissue and animal tissue. The plant tissue, they are mainly made up of dead cells as they need less energy. And animal tissues, they are mainly living cell as they need more energy. Then these plant tissues are have irregular growth, but in the case of animal tissue, the growth is uniform and regular. So first of all, we will start with the plant tissues. This plant tissues can again be divided into two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. This meristematic tissue is of three types, apical, lateral, intercalary, while the permanent tissue is simple and complex. Then this simple tissue is again divided into four types, that is parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma and the protective tissue. Sometimes this protective tissue is again merged in sclerenchyma, and this complex tissue is of two types, phloem and xylem. So students, first of all we will start with the meristematic tissue. These meristematic tissues are responsible for the growth in plants, and these cells are divided into three groups. According to the presence of these tissue, they are divided into three groups. First one is apical meristematic tissue, lateral meristematic tissue and intercalary meristematic tissue. So first of all, apical meristematic tissue. They are present at the tip of the stem and root, and it helps in increasing the length of stem and root. Then comes lateral meristematic tissue, or sometimes it is also called cambium. It is situated below bark and towards periphery. It increases the diameter of stem and root. And the third one is intercalary meristem, which is present at the base of leaf or internode. It increases the length of internode. So this is all about the meristematic tissue. Now coming to the permanent tissue. In permanent tissue, the cells of meristematic tissues differentiate to form different types of permanent tissue, and this process is called differentiation. It means the cell of meristematic tissue change their shape and size to get a permanent structure and a permanent function, and this process is called differentiation. And this permanent tissue is again divided into two types, that is simple tissue and complex tissue. Now first of all, I am starting with the first simple tissue, that is parenchyma. These parenchyma are living cells. They are thin walled and having intercellular space. They are present in the soft parts of the plant, and the main function is to store food and to give temporary support. This parenchyma is of two types. First one is, sometimes it is not actually of two types, but sometimes this parenchyma have chlorophyll in it, and the parenchyma which have chlorophyll and which can do the process of photosynthesis, they are called chlorenchyma, and they are present in leaves, and their main function is to do the photosynthesis. Now the second one is aerenchyma. When this parenchyma cells have large air spaces, and basically they are present in the aquatic plants. Actually, it helps in floating of the plant. It gives buoyancy to the plant, and that's why they are called aerenchyma. And they are where they are found in the aquatic plants, and they help the plants to float. And now coming to the second simple tissue, that is collenchyma. This collenchyma is again a living cell. The cell wall is thicker at the corners and they have less intercellular space. So students, this collenchyma are present in the stalk of leaves and stem. What is its function? They provide mechanical support, allow bending of plant parts without breaking. Now, coming to the third simple tissue, that is sclerenchyma, dead cells. They are dead cells with thick lignified wall and no intercellular space present, means the intercellular space is totally absent in them. They are present in husk of coconut, covering of seeds and nuts, stem, vein, vascular bundle. And what is its main function? To provide mechanical support. Now coming to the fourth one, that is the protective tissue, and it is also known as epidermis. What is epidermis? Epi means the upper, dermis means the layer which is present on the upper part of the body, or at the upper layer, means it is present on the organ so that the inner part can be protected. So this epidermis is the outermost layer of the cell in plants, and it has no intercellular space. And what is its function? Its main function is protection. This epidermis of stem and leaf secrete a waxy water resistant layer that is called cuticle. So this is all about the simple tissue. Now we will start with the complex permanent tissue. So students, now we are starting with complex tissue. Why this tissue is called complex? Because there are different types of cell present and they are performing a common task together. So that's why they are called complex tissue. The first complex tissue which we will discuss today is xylem. What is the function of xylem? They conduct water and mineral from the roots to the different part of the plant. So this is basically consists of four part. The first one is tracheids. If you can see the tracheids are long, tubular with tapering ends, and their function is to transport water vertically upward. So second one is vessels, and these vessels are the dead part, and it is a long tubular cylindrical structure. It also helps in the transportation of water. Then comes xylem parenchyma. They are parenchymatous cells, and the main parent function of parenchymatous cell is to store the food, and it also helps in the sideway conduction of water. And the fourth one is xylem fibers, and these xylem fibers are dead. They are made up of sclerenchymatous cells, and what will be the function of dead tissue? To give the support. So this is all about the xylem. Students, you can see the figure of tracheids, vessel and xylem parenchyma in the upper part of the slide. Now coming to the phloem. The phloem is a tissue that transport food from the part where the food is being prepared to the different parts of the body. And this is the basic difference between xylem and phloem. The second difference is, in xylem the food can be conducted only in upward direction, but in the case of phloem the food which is prepared in the green part of the plants, it is transferred from there to downward direction also and to the upward direction also. And this phloem is again consists of four parts. The first one is sieve tube, that is the living part. These are the tubular cells with perforated wall and transports food in both upward and downward direction. The second one is companion cells. They are also living. They are parenchymatous cells and they lie parallel to the sieve tube. The third one is phloem parenchyma. They are also living and they are made up of living parenchymatous cells. And the fourth one is phloem fibers, and they are the dead. They are very much thick and they are the lignified cell. It means they help to give mechanical support to that plant. Thank you.